All right, so let's discuss about finishing. Now, I have seen many fashion designers struggle with finishing. Now, finishing is not a different entity altogether. Finishing is not a different approach altogether. Finishing is a compilation of all the steps you are taking to produce an outfit, starting from the fabric choice to your measurements, to your drafting, to the gum used in preparation of the outfit, to the thread you are using in sewing, to the machine neatness you are using to sew, to your sewing, to your finishing proper, like the ironing, packaging, everything. All of these steps contributes to the final stage of finishing. Most people think they can, take wrong steps at the beginning, and at the end of the sewing they now do a magic that will make the work come out to be marvelous. It's not possible. If you had chosen a wrong fabric, the fabric will remain to be a bad fabric until the owner comes and he or she will complain. It's either you replace the fabric or you lose the customer. So your finishing starts from day one. How When you are taking measurements, fabric procurement, drafting, and everything. Now, another factor that limits people from working on finishing is lack of the knowledge that they need to work on their finishing. Now, most people are so myopic that they allow their situation or location to becloud their mind. They don't tend to look out for bigger brands to see how good their jobs are. They feel that because they are in their city and they are dominating their city, they don't have a competitor or a rival, so they tend to remain stagnant without their knowledge. For example, I stay in Owerri, Imo State, and I can bet you that my jobs are of standard compared to those fashion brands in Lagos, Abuja, and every other big city in Nigeria, and of course outside Nigeria as well. I'm not saying this to brag, nor am I saying this to blow my trumpet, but rather I'm saying this to encourage you not to allow your locality, your location, to be of that particular location without aiming for international standard in everything you're doing. So now, when you have understood that your location should not be a barrier, it's now time for you to look out for what are those things that you will do that will help promote or upgrade your finishing. The fabric choice you are using. Most people are bent or head bent on using stock material. Now, stock material is good, but it can be compared to when you use a bigger fabric like virgin wool, Irish,
Cashmere 1 to 80, 220, 300.
Lana, and the rest of them, right? So if you are held bent on using only stock, bear in mind that stock is good material as well. I'm not trying to discredit that, but there are some styles that you'll be sewing. Stock will not give you that finishing that you're looking for, especially when you don't have enough sewing accessories. Now, accessories like steam iron, ironing board, a good pressing cloth, and your industrial machine. So, and also bear in mind that the choice of thread, choice of gum you use in the gumming process of that cloth contributes to the finishing. For example, if you're making collar shirts, for example, and you just want the collar shirt to lap firmly this way. Now, most people use gum stain in making collar, which is absolutely wrong. Now, collar, you have a gum that is called collar gum. Even if you're making a vintage shirt just like the one I'm putting on now, they have collar gum of light texture, medium texture, and hard texture. So even if you don't want to make the collar gum to be so strong, like mine is soft, like see bar is soft bar, fine. You are going to buy the one that will suit that particular fabric you are making. So In most of these cases, choice of sewing accessories contributes 40% to your finishing, because if you don't use the right full gum at the right point at the right time, there is no magic that you will do that will make the work to come out well. If there is any area that is meant to be used, like hemming gum is meant to be used, and you fail to use hemming gum on that area, it can never relax. It can never be how it should be. So the thing here now is, I will advise you to observe some top brands outfits. Bear in mind, it might not be mine. Choose any one of your choice that you admire. Look at their jobs, the good ones, admire the finishing, and also try to make inquiry which gum should be used on this area. For example, color, right? Don't use the thickest one of color gum to do color. It will make the neck to be so strong, right? Use the medium or the light textured one in your color. And as well, make hemming gum your partner. Hemming gum is the engine room of every fashion designer now. Formerly, it was hand packing that was an engine room, but now hemming gum has made things a whole lot easier, and it is also a bit cheap. That if you compare using haste or material gum, you might spend double of the money in hemming gum on one or two outfits as well. So when you know that you need to upgrade, you go for it, because lack of knowledge is a very terrible disease. Not knowing that you should know this, or not knowing that you don't know this, is a very big problem or challenge. So when you have observed the sewing accessories you use, the next thing you are going to use is your steam iron. You must make sure that at any point you are sewing, you're not in a haste to finish the cloth. You must iron the cloth as you sew. It's called sew and iron, because every good tailored male outfit was properly ironed. And ironing as well has its own temperature. Don't go and be shining fabrics with your iron on the body. When you look at some black outfits made by some brands or low fashion designers, you will observe a shiny mirror effect on the outfit. It is caused by too much hot iron or dry cell iron. Now, when you want to iron, even if you don't have the steam iron, you can buy what they call Teflon cover, or you can use a piece of fabric placed on the point or at the place you want to iron before you go ahead and iron your outfit. So you also make sure you get ironing board, right? I will try to put the pictures of these things on the screen so that you will know what I'm saying. So when you get this ironing board, it helps you to iron open press, trousers, armhole areas, side seams, anything that has to do with side seams, you open press with the ironing board. It gives you that finishing effect that you might crave for, right? So next thing as well you have to know is choice of thread. Choice of threads could be or is one of the major challenges as well. You must use matching threads. Take your time to go to market. Make it a habit that whenever you are buying material, buy the thread at once. If you don't have a pack of thread in your home, buy the thread at once. It is easier to look for thread in the market when you bought the material than after cutting. You can now find out at late hour or at very tight corner that you don't have that thread, and before you can go to get a thread, you will spend extra money. You will now use any color of thread that can come close to it, thereby spoiling your job. So make it a habit that whenever you buy a fabric in the market, also go and get a thread. Or whenever a client gives you a fabric, cut out the edge, the tip, go to the market and find the thread. And whenever you have a particular fabric that the thread is scarce or rare to see, when you see the thread, buy 4 or 5 of it and keep as a reserve, especially burnt orange, sea green, those champagne gold, those color of threads are a bit rare to see. When you get them, try to buy as many as possible, right? So now there are other factors as well that helps you get your finishing properly, but I'll stop here for now And don't forget to like, share, drop your questions, and I will go through the comment sections and answer you as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye for now.